Eric says, how about that Cuomo news keep coming? I am going to jump to this Daily Kos article real quick because when I saw this article on Daily Kos, because I was about to jump on with a few other Democrats and really start to hit Cuomo. And the reason I was going to do that is I want to make sure that we all play fair. I mean, a group does something bad, we should always be fair. That's what progressives are all about. We don't eat our own, but we make sure we keep our own in line. And I want to read this from Daily Kos here. Because here, the title of it, Nursing Home, quote, Scandal is designed to strip New York's Governor Cuomo of his political capital. And here's the reason I brought this article up. Because I read this article, and I have to admit, hey, Lee Grant, welcome aboard, that it took me aback, and it had me rethinking my position on Cuomo. Is Cuomo a bully? I'm pretty sure he is. Is Donald Trump a bully? I'm pretty sure he is. Are most politicians that with power bullies? Yes. So check this out. I'm going to read the first few paragraphs. The governor intimidated officials to lie about COVID infections and deaths, sent stormtroopers, guns drawn, to arrest a fired state health official who continued to publish real data. Cuomo? Was that Cuomo? No, that was Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, now being pitched as a 2024 presidential candidate. Republican DeSantis being pitched, but that's what he did. Is anybody calling him out right now? Is anybody saying, hey, we need to really impeach this guy? Nobody is. The governor advanced policies that set the stage for a catastrophic failure of power and water, causing dozens to die, and forced those who can least afford it to pay astronomical utility rates and home repair bills. Is that Cuomo? No, that is a Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who instead of holding for profits utility companies responsible, blamed New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and the non-existent Green New Deal. Calls to impeach Abbott? No. Meanwhile, Senator Ted Cruz skipped out to Cancun and given aid and comfort to the insurrectionists as AOC raised $4 million worth of supplies for Texans. Have Texans demanded he resign? Well, we progressives have. Oh, yes, and back in March 2020, Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick said old people would gladly die for the coronavirus in order to save the economy for their grandchildren. Not a scandal? Not a scandal. The former guy knew in January 2020 how transmissible, how lethal COVID-19 was, but lied, intimidated governors to keep the economy open, reduced funding for testing, forced workers back to unsafe conditions, contradicted the need to wear masks, held super spreader events in violation of local ordinances to keep society distant, withheld funding for testing, PPE and ventilators to extract support from governors and attack Democratic governors directly who did not know how, but who did what they could do to keep the residents safe. Liberate Michigan, causing 500,000 Americans to die. Did you get the point? Cuomo is a target in New York. But when we look at those who have wronged Americans more than anybody else, it hasn't been guys like Governor Cuomo. And for people who have wronged Americans, who have hurt Americans, who have cost them in their pocketbook, who have killed them, who have cost their lives, we don't see the mainstream media going up against them. Every time a Democrat is found a foul, whether marginally or otherwise, the mainstream media, in order for them not to be accused of having a liberal bias, will come out and attack the Democrat, will come out and attack the progressive, as they have with AOC. When you look at the policies AOC support are no different than the policies most Americans support. Yes, Cuomo is a very arrogant SOB. You're absolutely right, Eric Hayes. But you know what? He has not killed people like Donald Trump. You know what? He has not polluted his state like DeSantis. You know what? He has not done the things that our governor here in Texas have done to hurt Texans. He have not caused the murder of over 2,000 Texans every year by not expanding the Medicaid expansion to the Affordable Care Act. So let's have some perspective here. So why am I not going to be another liberal independent media agent attacking Cuomo, even though I believe Cuomo is a neoliberal and Cuomo is not as progressive as I think he should be? I am not going to jump on the bandwagon for Cuomo before I jump on the bandwagon for each of those other governors and politicians who have continued to harm and kill Americans. So that's the reason I won't be writing anything negative about Cuomo. I've already said it on air, he's an arrogant SOB. But as far as writing and codifying a false narrative, I am not going to do it. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.